I'm back with another video. It's Brandon back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be honest, I always say this is my best video, but I already know before the start of the video, this is already my best shit. This is my best work. But I'm tired of this. It's just, it's more so coming to light with all this new energy and all the activities and just arguments and things I've been experiencing lately. And it's not just me, because I said I'm tired of projecting in my videos. I'm not trying to project, but I'm seeing it happen around a bunch of other people, so I'm going to speak on it. We live in this world of indirectness and passiveness, and when you're true and genuine, like people like me and, for example, my girl, you run into this issue where people are unable, or how about this, they're afraid of that. And then they also are, since they live in that world of passive and indirectness, they're so confused by it. Like they don't even know how to act or react when it comes to it, right? So for example, like this is an example. I had a friend make a joke at me. Like, like I'm low-key afraid of you. See, I don't joke. When I joke, they're jokes. Like I generally we're making fun of, not you. They're not like indirect. See, the thing is, or if you know I'm joking, you hear it in my tone. But if somebody says, oh my God, like low-key afraid of you, there's truth in that. So then when you confront them and say, oh, well, there's some truth in that, they're like, oh, no, I mean, like, no. So then I'm like, I don't want nobody in my life that's afraid of me. They're like, oh, I didn't. See, this is the thing. They're mad. See, they get in this situation because they're like, damn, see, this is the thing. There's this subtle contract agreement when people are living in this passive indirectness. For example, if there's a relationship with a woman and man. I'm going to go back to that story, but I'm trying to get what I'm saying. There's just the relationship, but with, let's say, a woman and man, and the woman is supposed to be submissive and the man is domineering. If I go up to him, I go, oh, y'all are only together because she's submissive and you're, domineering, they'd be mad at me. You know why they'd be mad at me? Man, I didn't want that to be said out loud. There's this understanding between us that it didn't need to be said. And I'm tired of that world that people live in, that you can't say that. You're not allowed to speak you can't speak on the actual relationships. They have to hide with reserved in their feelings and be like, it's okay because that's what we subconsciously agreed on. That's why I'm trying to say, like, that's a subconscious, like, agreement. So when I'm trying to say, like, people like me, I don't live in that world. So I don't agree on anything. So in his world, with that argument, what I'm trying to say is, he subconsciously agreed that, Brandon, so even by being around a person like this, you're subconsciously agreeing to and keep this behavior going. So if somebody says, like, oh, I'm afraid of you, by me still hanging out with them or something, then I'm agreeing that they're, in a sense, afraid of me. But I don't live in that world. So when I hear it back, I go, what the fuck? What are you talking about? And then I get angry, and they're like, but wait, I thought you understood that we lived in this world together. And it's like, no, I don't. I don't also agree. And then what you don't realize is, even by hanging out with these people, it's in a form of consent. So think of any relationship or any situation in your life where if you point out this thing in between you guys, there's the tension arises, and it only arose because you pointed it out. And there's a subtle agreement. So for another example, give me a second here. I'm going to try to figure out how to say this. I had a situation arise where jealousy, and this is the thing, a lot of people are only around you because of, before I get to the scenario, You got to understand, a lot of people are only around you or only act a certain way because of who you are. So you living in this, they think that they can also act that way. So if you're very in your own truth, you stand on firm on your beliefs, some people might be like, yeah, I do that too. And then really they don't. So what that creates is, when they finally see, and that's the thing where I was talking about, when you're trying to do something for vanity purposes, for acceptance purposes, it will never last. So a situation kind of like arose like that. And it turns out the person is just ultimately jealous of this person I know. And the person's like, I don't understand. Like, everything was good and da-da-da. I said, see, that's where you thought. It was never good. That's why I said, awareness is what it is. You chose to, because you liked the relationship you had with that person, you chose to accept that maybe they're not really who they are, but they're pretending to be. And I said, see, you're not even subconsciously aware. And she's like, but I don't even live in that world of that passiveness. I said, yeah, but just even being around that person, like I'm saying, allows the person to feel accepted. So in any situation, I don't know if you guys have that in your lives where there's a person where it could be anything. You could just point out like, hey, you only act like that because of this. Or, hey, you're doing this because I'm da-da-da-da. If you point it out, it makes them feel uncomfortable. And then you're just kind of ruin this, like, you think... And I hope you're watching this video and you understand what I'm saying, because I know you know what I'm talking about. This unspokenness between people. Right? Like, it's like the person who's a coward, who likes hanging around the brave person. Why does he like hanging around the brave person? Because he hopes that he can eventually get some braveness by hanging around that person. Is he going to say that? Are you going to say, hey, the real reason I like you is because you're brave and I'm not? No, it's an unspoken agreement between you two. Okay? Same thing with anything. This is why the joke of the beautiful girl always has, the beautiful friendship group, right? Or whatever, the girls, they have the ugly friend, right? There's that joke, they have the ugly friend. But what that really means is the ugly friend, or there needs to be a power dynamic, right? So let's talk about another example. There needs to be a power dynamic. The ugly girl knows her place subconsciously, but she likes having a place. She likes at least being accepted. But she's not going to say, hey, I can't be friends with anybody else, but I like being accepted even if it's not, on the best terms, right? She's not going to say that. And then the pretty girls are not going to say, hey, you're ugly. We keep you around to show you the dichotomy of what beautiful and ugly is. And that, you know what I mean? They're not going to say that. But I just hate that we have to live in this world. So people like me, when I'm honest and I'm 100% me at all times, I'm telling you who I am every step of the way. I'm never not lying. I don't lie. I'm going to tell you straight up exactly what it is. I'm looked at as the bad guy for this. I'm the bad guy. Just because I'm keeping it real. But since everybody lives in this passive, indirectness world, you got to get with the program or get left. Oh, why are you talking like that? I don't like that. It is what it is. I hope this video relates. I don't want to go too long, but that is what it is. That's the scenario. That's the situation we live in today's world. I'm the bad guy because I'm telling you how it is. And you didn't want to admit that contract, the subconsciousness to it. So you get mad at me instead of being mad at who you're supposed to be mad at. Yourself.